Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. The last time we heard about our beautiful, fabulous Miss Wendy was when Miss Jones, friend of hers, had decided to go and look upon Wendy to see how she was doing. And she was very surprised when the doorman let her know that Wendy had left a good couple of months ago.
Okay, so yesterday, Wayne made me go and visit Wendy Williams.
I made you go.
Everybody was in on it.
You know what? I sort of did because I kept saying, did you go? Did you go? Did you go?
And I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah.
So I pull up. First, I pulled up to the wrong building.
It's been a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
And I had to walk, but it was okay. And so I get there, I go inside, the door people greet me, and and I said, this might be a shot in the dark, sir, but I'm here to visit Wendy. And he shakes his head, and he goes, you're a couple of months late.
Wow.
She moved. And I said, and he goes, yeah, that's all I can tell you. So, I start prying. I'm like, well, did they sell the unit? Is it on the market? Because this was a fabulous duplex. And the building she was living in, which now I can tell you guys, it was supposed to be a hotel originally. And then COVID hit, and they couldn't, obviously, no one was supposed to be in a hotel, so they sold it. And she told me how much she paid for it, and I was like, that was such a steal. It was beautiful, 2-floor, 3-bedroom unit. So I thank you, sir. And then I go and I look for the other people that, live in the building,
right,
work in the building.
Start sleuthing.
Yup. And I got my sleuth on. And they said, well, you know what happened? She was getting better. She was coming around. And then she started getting sick again. And because her family's in Florida,
right,
and people were coming in her circle that they weren't familiar with, and they didn't know, they couldn't get access to her when they wanted, they moved her down to Florida. So she is allegedly down in Florida with her son, recuperating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we wish her.
We do wish her well.
Yeah.
And Wendy, if you listening, you won. Did he go into jail for Easter?
I thought it was a good thing. I think it's been a good fight. I think that where myself so very much wanted her to come back, I don't think that is what she needs right now. And I was just sitting down, wishing her well. For those of you, I've posted the picture many times before, we've met. She was so wonderful. And in this picture, you can't see it, but Wendy had a broken foot. And she was on crutches. And she said, no, let's take pictures regardless. I just remember that smiling face. And that was in Vegas. I was there actually pitching my own television show. And so I always remember that. And so I was here saying to myself, I hope she's okay. And Wendy, you know what? If you never come back, it's also okay. Because you've given us the best of you. And the rest of you needs to be given to you. So that you can take care of yourself and be with your son and do what you gotta do. Up until this morning, and I saw that there is somewhat of a documentary that is going to take place. And she was talking about how she doesn't have any money, and that if it could happen to her, it could happen to us. She seemed to be very aware, but she didn't look like the Wendy that once was. So I'm under the impression that there's going to be this fabulous documentary coming.
From 6 years old, all I wanted was to be famous.
A Lifetime 2-night documentary event.
Showtime.
Executive produced by Wendy Williams.
The boss is walking, everybody.
Nobody can do it like Wendy. No one.
People love Wendy.
You are a star.
She was in her living room every single day for 12 years.
Yep, I guess that'll do.
And that's what people responded to, her authenticity. And then at the peak of her career, she was gone.
Are we ready?
Yeah, waiting on you.
All right. and away we go.
Love you, Wendy.
All I know is how to be famous. I really want to be back on television.
You're gonna be back on TV. That's easy.
My mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always.
Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3.
But in reality, there's something wrong going on.
Did you see a neurologist?
To find out if I'm crazy? Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money, and I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work, but I feel as though she's worked enough. She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much.
Go! Drive! I have no idea where we are.
This doesn't look like anything familiar.
I think she's losing memory. Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him? I control men.
I weigh 138.
Anybody could look at her and tell this is not just alcohol. There's something more going on.
I miss my family.
I'll be here.
No matter how many times somebody may fall down, you gotta lift them back up.
We all make choices in life. We all go through our challenges. She's still a person.
How you doing?
That's my sister. There have been random people around you
Stealing money from me.
getting money, whatever this may be. Enough.
Can you tell where your sister is?
No, I don't know the exact location of where she is.
I feel like the guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable, and she needs to be around people who aren't going to take advantage of that.
I have no friends.
You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you?
No, I don't.
Everything is going to be good.
I know. I think that the guardianship system is broken. We are her family, and you tell me that I'm not capable of taking care of my sister. What would you do? What should I do?
I love being famous, but family is everything. So good to see you again, Dad.
It's good to see you, babe.
Everything.
Where is Wendy Williams? A 2-night documentary event. Premieres Saturday, February 24th at 8.
On top of which, perhaps, I'm not going to get too excited, perhaps this might be how she is going to reintroduce herself back into show business and reclaim her throne as the talk show queen. What I will say is that it's really good. I'm happy that they're doing this documentary for those that are always thinking of her, for those that, you know, would love perhaps some kind of closure or opening. How did this go down? How did all of this really just crash and burn? And I do hope that it does have a happy ending in the sense that she's doing well and she's doing okay, that she's doing well and she's taking the necessary steps to take care of herself. This industry is a tough one. I know that it looks happy, positive, laughing, you know, wearing clothes, hair, makeup. It's a tough job. It's a tough job. The thing is, I love it. I can't imagine doing anything else. But when I tell you that I protect my mental health, I protect my mental health. Hygienically keep your mental stability very, very protected and always and constantly cleansed. I don't surround myself with what does not serve me. And I think after 10 years, Ula did a fantastic job of saying, I don't really want to be on your channel. You know I love you. You know I support you. I don't want Adrian to be on the channel because this is your life. This is what you love to do. We have other lives and we live together. And there's a deep respect with us, and I think because we married later in life, I was 39 when I met Adrian, I was 39 when I met Ula. I think that it gives a different perspective where if we have, if we have different points of view, we can talk it through. If we have different points of view about Adrian, we can talk it through. We make sure that everything is very crystal clear so that nobody feels resentful, nobody feels they don't have a say, they don't have space, and we protect each other outside. The outside folk is not inside folk. And I want to give that advice to so many of you that ask me, Fumi, what is it to be a YouTuber? What is it to have your channel? How does it go? What are the things I have to look for? And I will tell you, you will do well. If this is what you love, consistency is key. But to move that train, there are people that are on that train. It's one thing for you to create content and put it out there. It's another thing for you to be in that wonderful mental headspace. And life does what? It lives. So you might have things that are going on behind the scene, but this machine has to keep going. That's what I'm talking about. There have been many a time, I don't know whether I mentioned it, when I had my meet and greet, Adrian had been sick for 7 days leading up onto the day of the meet and greet. I almost cancelled. High fever, it just would not break. He was just lying there. He wouldn't eat, he wouldn't sleep. On the morning of was when his fever finally broke. There are times when I have SOS and I have to take care of certain things. But the show must go on. Because if you commit yourself to something, what happens is that everything else that is an unforeseen circumstance becomes a heavy burden you have to carry. Keep smiling and continue with your day job. This is my day job. This is a day job that's harder than the 9-to-5 job I had, because I have to come up with content, I have to come up with ideas, I have to come up with creativity, I do the editing, nobody does the editing for me. I got somebody to edit something for me because I thought, okay, fine, let me hire. He made a terrible mistake and made one of my videos very much like a clickbait. I fired him right away because you guys instantly was, what is this? And what is this? What is this for me? So you have to be careful. There's a lot that goes into this. And if you are consistent, absolutely with time, you will gain your own following. You will gain your own success. Brands will approach you for one thing or another. That's what becomes hard. It's not the job. Just like Wendy, she will forever be talented. It was never the job. She could handle the job. It was that she had stress, that she had to find a way to navigate and handle alongside keeping up appearances to stay upright, like in a job that derives positivity and energy from you. It's very exhausting if you're not mentally strong. Because it's not a 9-to-5 where if you don't feel good, you can just be in the corner of the office and you do what you gotta do. You can still do it. This job, you gotta look cute. You gotta look fabulous. The skin glowing. You gotta be smiling. You gotta have your hair, your makeup. You gotta have all of that every single day. Sometimes I don't feel like doing glam. But for me, that's part of the job. That's part of the requirement. It's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And Wendy made us laugh in our homes for over 10 years. Salute you, Wendy. And I look forward to this documentary. And I'm hoping that you are well and that you constantly and continue to get better. And your son is a beautiful young man. Our Father up above takes care of us. And what doesn't serve us, He makes sure that He takes it out of our lives. I absolutely do that. I think that Wendy was terribly brokenhearted over that marriage. I really do. And I think that she was hurt very deeply. But it is well. And I want to give that advice to all of you too that are going through divorces, that you are... you know, all these relationships, it's very much like a death. It is like a death because you have all of these hopes but then there's something that's different and better for you out there. You just really truly have to believe. It'll get better, and another day will come. So you wear your makeup, you get dressed. This is by this is Paco Rabanne. This is the kind of fun little shebang today. But yes, Wendy is coming out with a documentary, and I cannot wait to watch it. So drop down in the comments and tell me what you think, and I wish you a fabulous weekend. All of my love.